Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to read Puffling by Margaret Wilde and Julie Vivas. In summer, when the light is soft and night never truly falls, the egg hatched. "Hello, Puffling," said the parents, big stripy beak and long black feather. Puffling was small and soft and very hungry, so every day Big Stripy Beak and Long Black Feather took turns to go fishing. They said, "There are scary gulls out there watching and waiting. Stay put in the burrow, Puffling, and we'll bring you back good things to eat." So Puffling stayed put, and every day Big Stripy Beak or Long Black Feather brought him back fish and sand eels. One evening, Puffling asked, "Big Stripy Beak and Long Black Feather, when will I leave the burrow?" "When you are strong enough and tall enough and brave enough, you'll leave the burrow all by yourself," said Big Stripy Beak. "You'll waddle off into the dark as fast as you can so the scary gulls can't catch you. Then you'll jump off the cliff into the water and paddle away," said Long Black Feather. "You'll find friends and you'll swim and sleep in the swell of the sea until it's time to come back home." Puffling jumped up and down. He couldn't wait. The next morning, Puffling asked, "Am I strong enough yet?" Long Black Feather watched him paddle his feet. "Nearly," she said. "Am I tall enough yet?" asked Puffling. Big Stripy Beak measured his height. "Not quite," he said. "Am I brave enough yet?" asked Puffling. Big Stripy Beak and Long Black Feather listened to his heart. "Almost," they said. As the weeks went past, Puffling grew bigger and bolder. He popped his head out of the burrow. He stuck one leg out of the burrow. He waggled his bottom at the scary gulls, watching and waiting, but he remembered never to go right out of the burrow. One evening, Puffling said, "Big Stripy Beak and Long Black Feather, am I strong enough and tall enough and brave enough yet to leave the burrow?" Long Black Feather watched him paddle his feet. "Perfect," she said. Big Stripy Beak measured his height. "Just right," he said. Then they held Puffling close and listened to his heart. It beat as loudly and as powerfully as the ocean waves. "Yes," said Big Stripy Beak and Long Black Feather, "you are strong enough and tall enough and brave enough to leave the burrow." Puffling felt happy, but a bit sad too. "Goodbye, Big Stripy Beak and Long Black Feather," he said, rubbing his beak against theirs. "One more rub," said Big Stripy Beak. "Two more rubs," said Long Black Feather. As they flew away, they called, "You'll be our dear Puffling, even when you're grown up and have a chick of your own." Puffling was alone now, but he stood straight and tall. He looked out of the burrow into the darkening night. Somewhere out there were the scary gulls, watching and waiting. He waddled as fast as he could along the cliff path. And just as the scary gulls swooped, he plunged into the sea and paddled away with his new friends. One day he'd come back home and he'd make his own burrow. And when his own egg hatched, he'd think of Big Stripy Beak and Long Black Feather and say, "Hello, little Puffling.